Everybody. So this is a continuation of the fire element, and I just wanted to do this just a video. I know that it's just been difficult for a lot of people to kind of make it to group, and so this way it's just more specific and directed, and then you guys can go ahead and use the fire element how you see fit. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of go over what I feel is really important when you use the fire element. So this could be more based on how we're going to use it in any kind of ritual. Okay. And the fire element, it's a masculine element. Masculine within us is the action, right? The one that does something, like gets rid of something, or is that person that's going to go down that to-do list and mark things up. The action within us. Okay. It's also, fire is an active element. It burns away. Action, active. It destroys, it ignites. It's always an action to fire, right? We call it in for a reason to help us with something. So being able to think about this, okay, invoking fire, anytime you use the fire element to do any kind of ritual, you have to invoke it, call it in each time, call fire. And the purpose of this is that I want you guys to be connected with the elements of nature. So you're not always have to rely on objects. You know what I mean? A lot of times if you just have a lighter, a match, like paper, a candle, then those are really, simple type of rituals that we can do that are just simple and not too complicated. And I like simple. I don't like complicated. Like I like it to be smooth and to the point, right? That's just how I do things. And many of you that are actually called to maybe work with the fire element probably have a lot of candles, or have a connection with fire. You guys enjoy campfires, burning things. It's that pyro within you. Probably as a kid you enjoyed that, or watching the flame, or a lot of times you might even use the words like that flame in me, like I have flame, and you're probably very passionate and very driven naturally. Okay. And you may have a lot of fire in your own chart, in your own birth chart. Like for example, my moon's in Leo. Leo is a fire zodiac. So is Sagittarius. Okay. And so we have that in us, and so is Aries. So think of those placements in your birth chart if you know your birth chart. Okay. So one of the first things that you need to really think about, what are you wanting to do? What do you want to do that you feel like fire is going to help you? Okay. This is action you're looking at. Let's think if you want to detach from a certain person, maybe you want to remove certain cravings because it's affecting your health, addictions, certain like just behaviors. Maybe you're just tired of allowing people to step all over you, or you're just tired of procrastinating all the time, or you're tired of letting people manipulate you. I mean, we're removing right now, so we're going to work on the things that we want to like remove. Okay. And that's one way that we can do it. Destroy, burn away. We use that word, burning away. Another thing could be is maybe you just want to ignite something within you, and you can feel, because a lot of times that passion and that confidence connected to fire, it comes from our solar plexus, which is in our stomach. So if we're feeling not confident and we're now like self-sabotaging, we are reverting to emotional eating, maybe like numbing our emotions and things like that, and you need something to boost you, you need to ignite something within you. Okay, that's another way to use fire too. So think of those things while you are attempting to want to use fire for. Okay. And fire is like an action. It's happening now, you guys. It's in the present moment. So whatever is presently affecting you, fire is probably one of the quickest ways to remove, detach, burn away, ignite would be in the now. Okay. So think of those things. So I came up with like an invocation of fire. So it's like You can call it a prayer, you can call it a chant, you can call it whatever you want to, but how to invoke fire. Okay. And I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of it. And I'll copy and paste this in our group chat so you can go back and you can just do what you want to do with it. And I put a lot of the wording that you can change in red, just as long as like you can be very specific on what you want to do within when you invoke fire into your life or do a ritual, however you may see it. Okay. So this is what it is here too. So when you invoke fire, you can start by just saying it, or you can start by lighting, a candle, whichever is easier for you. You can always use any color of candle. Like candle magic is a lot to do with fire too. So a white candle, honestly, all you have to have just white candles for your house, because a white, you can pretty much tell it, like it's white candle, and you can tell it you're going to be yellow, and you can write yellow on the white candle, and now it becomes a yellow candle. And I'll go over candle magic on the next class, so that'll be a little bit more specific on candle magic. Okay. But it's yellow, I'm thinking of it just because for me it calls upon like our confidence, that solar plexus. Okay. So as we light the candle here, and I'm going to go over this invoking here and now. I evoke the elemental force of fire, the flames of creativity, passion, drive, and healing, the dancing source of heat, light, and life. I seek the flowing forge within me, that I will warm myself with desire, excitement, confidence, courage, enthusiasm, willpower, and inspiration. I call you forth to burn away all that impedes and blocks my highest vision from my sole purpose of enacting change in the world. Lightning and hearth, heat and forge, fire, I call thee here. And that is a way that you invoke fire. Okay, that's step one. Step two now is, what are you trying to do? If you're trying to remove a behavior, grab a piece of paper, write down that behavior, and ask the flame to burn it away, to give you self-discipline, right? To give you courage to remove that behavior, whether it's your addiction, whether it's any vice, whether it's to detach from a person, detach from a situation, even from being able to remove maybe some feelings of anger, resentment, jealousy, that the flame could help you as well. Okay. Now, if you're trying to ignite something within you, the same thing. On a piece of paper. And right now, what do you want to ignite? Do you want to ignite confidence? Write that. Confidence. Maybe you want to ignite energy into your life because you've been tired lately. Okay. You want to ignite, we'll say, drive and purpose, because you think that you've lost your way. We write that on that paper, and you ask the flame to ignite that within you, and you just recite those words, and you ask the flame to ignite them. And at the end of that, you say, so it be. So did you notice when we invoke, it's just a fire prayer, right? You invoke everything that the fire element is to us. And then as we do a ritual, a prayer, however it be, then that's when you put, what are you trying to remove, burn away, or what are you trying to ignite? Okay. And there's levels of it. If you want to make sure everything connects, solar plexus, because it's yellow, I use the yellow one. If you want to have maybe a heart your heart opening, or you're trying to detach from an old, flame in your life, then you can use green. Green can be used for money. Green can be used if you're following the heart, the actual chakras. Green is actually for your heart chakra. So it depends on what you're following. Are you trying to have it connect to your chakras? You go this route. If you're trying to connect it just to the general witches, Wiccan type of candle magic, that's a little bit different. It's all based on whatever you feel comfortable doing. I like to just follow my chakras just because to me it connects it better for me, and it's going to be aligned because I don't want to have complications. I like to have it nice and simple and straight. Okay. And what's also one thing too, you always know that your candle is there to assist you because the flame, and if you can see this flame, it's straight up. Okay. I'm not sure how well you guys can see this, but it's straight. And we always want it to be, the flame to be long. Okay. If the flame is long, then what you're asking for it to do is doing it for you. Okay. If it's dancing, then it just doesn't really want to help you there. Okay. Then something's either affecting it. Before you start any kind of ritual, anything like that, make sure that you always sage, cleanse. Okay. I'm not going to use sage, cleanse your area with whatever herb that you feel is calling to you. It may be sage, it may be lemongrass, it may be hierba santa, whichever is calling you, and it's going to change. You use that to cleanse and purify your area always. Okay. And it's always best to do your candle magic or any kind of like ritual, spell, prayer, however you want to call it, in the same area. You have your altar, start setting it up so it's ready and prepared. If you're mobile, like sometimes I am, I always make sure that I have things around me and I protect myself as well. So when you do something and you're not like in your own home where you feel like it's your sanctuary, then always protect yourself. Always call upon who you need to call upon. Have these symbols around you that are going to protect you, while you do this and you invoke the fire element into your ritual. So those are the things I really wanted to talk to you guys about. And I'll go more in detail with some of these, but I think it's so important for you all to learn how to invoke fire, how you call upon fire, and then how you can use it. Like I said, two different ways. They're really good to actually use fire. And then I always have also like a flame resistant. Avalon shells are probably really, really good to have. You burn like your paper, you let it fall here, and then you're going to dump whatever's in here outside of your home, or pour it in water, right? In a water glass, and then dump it out into outside of your home. I say out in the garbage, wherever you can, but just dispose of it. Especially if it's behaviors you're trying to get rid of. You don't want to dispose them on your property, you want them outside of your property and let nature just have them. So those are the kind of things that I can think of right now. Next week, like I said, I'm going to go dive a little bit more into candles, and then from there we're going to go into water. So it's going to be just a little more precise, and continue to look at the flame, continue to try to work with the flame, with the candle, okay, and continue to just play with it and see if you're able to either stop it from dancing, right, or have it dance for you, or being able to, those two are the good things right now to do, is focus and see how long you can focus on keeping that flame steady. Okay. And it's just having your energy, as a two, just focusing and focusing. And sometimes what will help too is your right hand. If you're right-handed, energy here, we can shift it, and we can shift it to tell it to move, to go straight. So being able to do that. The wand, if you have a wand, that's another really great fire tool, is our wand. We direct it and we point at it. That's another one too, because that's a perfect, it's about directing your energy. It's a perfect way to direct your energy. But when you have that wand, and the wand has a point, you're directing your energy towards flame. You can do it with your mind, you can do it with your eyes. But if that's getting a little bit too hard, grab a wand. You can make your own wands, you guys. You really can, from some of these branches that are here in nature. You can, go ahead and just sand them down and so forth. You can create it, you can add to it, however it may be. But I would suggest, as well as what I'm kind of getting download here, look for a wand, create your own wand. I know many of you guys have access. Some of you guys work outside, you know, look for one, look for a tree, a branch that's steady. And kind of like a Harry Potter or Fantastic Beasts, right? Get your wand. Women, you have fingernails pointy. This can be my own wand as well. So just depends, you know, how much do you want to work with magic and how you want to direct it, and how well are you going to be able to direct it yourself, right? Without and having a steady hand and not getting shaky. That's going to really affect you directing magic or directing fire as well. If you guys have questions regarding this video, always message me. Okay, you know that. Other than that, you guys, good luck. And I wish you guys much light and love as always. And I wanted just to kind of like let you guys know, as you're watching this video and you're listening to me, I'm literally igniting the flame within all of you, giving you guys that confidence, that self-discipline, and that determination and drive that you need to overcome whatever is affecting your life right now, whatever you may find it hard to express. I'm igniting that within you so you're able to express it correctly, but let it go. Let it go if it's not meant for you. Okay, let it go. And it's going to give you the self-discipline that you need to move forward. A lot of you here are moving onto a whole nother chapter of your life, which is why it was so important for me to make sure you guys know how to use the element of fire. It's going to help you. With that, you guys, have a great night.